Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. So for today's video, I'm going to do something that you might think is completely crazy. And it is completely crazy. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup using all of my makeup products. Now, I'm not including the things that I like are completely unused or unopened because like they're double ups or backups or stuff that I might be giving away to someone. You know, I'm not including those things, but all of the other things I'm going to be putting on my face. I'm just going to chuck in a little clip here of all my products.
Guys, here is my makeup. Primers, foundations, concealers, powders, eyebrow products, bronzers. That's also like a face and eyeshadow palette. And then we've got blush, highlighter, eyeshadow palettes, eyeliners, lipsticks, mascaras, and setting sprays. It's not actually as much as I thought there was going to be.
Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of stuff there, but compared to a lot of other beauty YouTubers or TikTokers or anyone who just collects makeup, there's actually not that much there. So that's how I'm able to get away with doing this. I hope. And I'm not going to go into everything in detail. I might just tell you what shade it is and maybe where I got it from. So yeah, let's go. Let's start with primers. So what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with the Rimmel one. I got this from Kohl's and I'm just going to apply it how I usually would. I don't have a mirror. I'm obviously using very, very small amounts as well. This is the Lasting Finish Primer from Rimmel. What am I going to do with everything once it's on my face? Give me a second. Okay, next primer. I'm going to use this one. This is the Maybelline Face Studio Prime. This is their hydrating primer. And I got this one from Cosmetic Capital, I think. Another Face Studio Prime. This is the Protecting Primer with the SPF 8. My hands are slowly getting slipperier and slipperier and slipperier. But that is okay. We will endure. Another Face Studio Prime. This is the Pore Minimalizing Primer. I actually really like this primer. Oh. This is also going to be a really good way to see if I need to get rid of any of these products, but okay, well, I got a little bit out of my hand, but I think that's gonna have to go in the bin. I'm just gonna pop this on on and around my nose. Oh, the consistency is so gross. Okay, that particular primer can go in the bin because unless it's meant to be like that, because the last time I used it, because this was my backup, it wasn't like that. It was still quite, it was hard and thick, but it wasn't like that. So I think I'm going to put this one in the bin. My current favourite is the Revolution Game of Thrones primer. Not only does it smell delicious, I just find it works really well. Right, I'm also going to do eye primers. So I've got two Revolution ones. Oh, both Revolution? Yeah, two Revolution ones. Both from Advent calendars. Where's my mirror? That one was just the normal Revolution one, and this is their Ultimate Eye Base Eye Primer, also from an Advent calendar. I don't know if I'm going to be able to open this. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a lot. Primed. And ready to go. Actually, my skin doesn't feel too bad. So under foundation stuff, the only thing I've got is like color correcting or anything was like this. And should I use every shade? I probably should actually. What brush was I using for this? This one. So I always use the red shade to sort of lighten under my eyes for my dark patches. Oh, primer. They haven't been too bad, so I haven't been using it as much. The concealer shade, I usually use it to cover up any sort of blemishes. I've got a couple on my cheek here, so I'm going to do that. Green I don't usually use, but that's anti-redness, so I'm going to pop some on my cheeks where it's red. I don't know. Right, let me just quickly blend this in. Now there is like a highlight shade in there as well. Is it shimmery? It is sort of shimmery, so I think I'll come back to that when I'm up to the highlighter section. Or I'll pop some on before my powder. Where's the lid for it? There it is. Now that I'm all primed and concealed, let's start with the foundation. I thought I'd start with the least amount of coverage. It's a Garnier BB cream, and it's a universal shade because, you know, BB cream. So I'm just going to pop some of this on my face. This is really hard to do because I don't have a mirror. Well, I don't have enough hands for a mirror. I don't remember this being that orange, or is that just the camera? That's a bit better. BB cream done. Let me just make sure it's sort of half blended. Doesn't look half bad. Anyway, I figured once I'd done that, I was going to start with the darkest foundation and work my way up to the lightest. I think that might be the best way to do it. So my darkest one is the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation in the shade 102 Light Nude, and I'm just going to pop some of that on my face. Now, because this is just a little bit of fun, I'm not too stressed about how well it's blended. I'm not even stressed that I don't match my neck. Hopefully it will lighten up over time. But that is that foundation done. I keep looking down because I've got a box to put everything in. I think the next darkest is actually this one. This is a Maybelline Dream Urban Cover full coverage foundation in the shade Natural Ivory. So I'm going to pop some of that on my face. Very yellow. I didn't expect it to be so yellow. Other than it being yellow, I'm almost matching my neck, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, that is that one done. I like both of those foundations anyway. I just feel, just in dire need of a powder. Okay, so the next darkest, I think, will be, oh, my phone's ringing. Give me a second. Right, before I'm really rudely interrupted again, I think my next darkest is this foundation. This is the Maybelline Matte Poreless foundation in the shade Ivory. Love, love, love this foundation. I just hate the fact that it's in a pori bottle. So what I do, I shake it, and then in the lid, get the foundation on my finger. That's not a mirror. And I dot it on my face. Slowly coming back down to my natural neck colour, I think. I feel like everything's blending really well as well, which is weird. I didn't actually expect... Oops. I didn't actually expect everything to blend so well. Anyway, my next lightest is another Rimmel one. This is their Lasting Finish Breathable Foundation in the shade Light Porcelain. This one's on a doe-foot, that's right. Fat doe-foot applicator. My arm's starting to get sore. Okay, so I think I'm pretty close to matching my neck now. The coverage, incredible, but that's because I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 layers. 6 layers of foundation on, including the BB cream. Like, but I just look very cakey. Putting all the powder on top is going to be fun. Okay, well anyway, that is that one done. Last foundation is a Revolution one. So this is the Concealer Define Full Coverage Foundation in the shade I have. FO2, I think. I'm going to go with FO2. What? It's on a doe. I thought the last one was big. This one's ginormous, but it's just so pale. I should just use this as a concealer. You know, looking at my eyes, I was like, oh, I'm too pale now. Oh no, I'm definitely too pale now. Oh no. Let me just... Oh no, I'm knocking things over. Okay, well, okay. Let me get my stuff sorted and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Before I do my concealer, before I forget, I'm going to dip into the cream highlighter shade. And I'm probably just going to put it, like, highlight my brow, above my brow bone maybe? I don't know if it's going to work. I've never actually used the highlight shade in this before. I mean, it didn't really do anything, but I think that's because I got a million layers of foundation on. But anyway, that is this product. All used. Okay, concealer. Luckily, I only had 3. This is the first one. This is my everyday concealer. As you can see, it's seen better days. It also should probably go in the bin. Am I going to throw it out? No. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer with the satin finish in the shade Fair Warm. Let's pop some of this on. Only a little bit. What am I doing with it? I just completely just noped out and I was just like, what am I doing? How do I put on concealer? I'm already so pale, you can't even, like, you can see it. You can sort of see it, I suppose. That usually succeeds in brightening my under eyes, but has it actually done anything? I don't know. These two are probably about the same shade, so I'm going to go with this one. This is a Revolution one again. Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour in the shade CO2, I think it was. Yep. And I'm going to do the same thing. My under eyes are going to look so bad because I have a problem with my under eyes creasing. That's done. And then lastly, I have a She Glam concealer. It didn't have any special name from what I remember, but this is in the shade Vanilla. So it sounds like it's going to be darker than the last one, but I don't actually think it was. I think it was more of like a, it was more of a sort of grey undertone to it, which I think there definitely is. So this is probably not going to work very well for under my eyes. Let's just roll with it. I have tested this before, but I don't know, it feels like it was ages ago and I don't actually remember what it was like. Bring that down my nose a little bit actually. Concealer is done. Oh, well, it's definitely brightened my under eyes. But everything is just starting to crease. I can't get over how I look. Alright, again, I'll sort my stuff out and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so for powders, I think I'm going to do Darkest to Lightest again. I think that makes sense. My darkest would probably be this one. This is a Mode Press powder in the shade Silky Beige. And I'm going to grab a powder brush and put some on my face. It's actually, I've hit the pan and I haven't been using it. It's actually a pretty decent powder, but I haven't been using it because I've been saving it purely because I want to do a full face video of the brand Mode. So I've been, oh my god, this just does not feel good at all. Ugh. Yeah, I want to do a full face of that brand, so I've been saving it for that. But now that I'm looking at it, it looks so dark. Okay. Didn't really do much, but it's on my face. Done. Right. The next darkest, I'm going to guess, is probably this one. This one. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Natural Beige. That is the shade. It's very orange, this one. It does work quite well. But I just don't use it very often because it's a bit dark for me. Still feel tacky. This is weird. Okay, that one is done. Next one is a Rimmel Stay Matte. If you know me, I love Rimmel Stay Matte. And this one is, again, in the shade Silky Beige. Look at the colour difference. I barely even touched this one because I'm using the translucent one at the moment. I used to always get the shade Sandstorm, but it's just a little bit too dark for me these days. This one is quite good, I think. Right. That is on. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit more powdered now. My next one, actually, they're both the same. Funnily enough, another Rimmel Stay Matte. This is in the shades Transparent, so I'm going to pop some of this on my face. I find I'm putting more and more on because I'm still feeling a little bit tacky. Alright, that one is on. My last one is this one. It's an e.l.f. No, it's in the shade Clear, so it's transparent. This needs to go in the bin. I've had this for about 5 years, 4 or 5 years, so I'm just going to pop some of this on my face. It does work. It's a good powder, but I've just had it for so long, and I was keeping it purely for doing YouTube videos and stuff because I didn't want to use like a good powder if I was just doing a silly makeup challenge. But I've got enough powders now. I don't need to keep it. So it's on my face. It's going in the bin. I think I'm going to do brows next, so bear with me. Eyebrows. I'm going to just quickly fluff them up with a spoolie like I usually would. And then I think I'm going to do things a little bit backwards today. I'm going to start off with brow gel. This is just a clear brow gel from Revolution. I'm just going to run that through my brows. Okay, brow gel is on. Next, I'm going to use this. This is another Revolution product, if I can get the lid off. This is just one of their clear, waxy brow pencil things, so I'm going to run a little bit of that through. Tell you what, I don't think my brows are going to go anywhere. Right, that's done. Next, I think I might just keep going with the theme and use another Revolution product. This is their eyebrow pencil in the shade Medium Brown. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to carve out the shape a little bit, which I usually wouldn't do. But for the sake of this, I'm going to do it. Now I'm leaning forward just so I can put my elbows on the table to get a little bit more control. It's too ashy for my... It's too ashy for me. Like, it's a medium brown, but it's very, like, grey toned and ashy. I also have no idea if I'm doing this right. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to this, actually. Alright, that's all I'm going to do with this product. So that's done. Right. I think I'm going to use the MCO Beauty liquid eyebrow one. This one's in blonde, and I'm just going to fill in. My brows are going to look so weird after this. As I thought, this isn't actually working too well after I've got all the waxy stuff on my brows, but that's okay. Right, that's that one done. And I think this one is the same. Oh, yeah, this is the She Glam one. Feather Better Liquid Eyebrow Pencil. What was the shade? I can't remember what the shade was, and it's not telling me, but I'm just going to fill them in a little bit more. It was either blonde or brown. I don't actually remember. It's on there. They look weird. Next, I'm going to use this. Have I used this before? Yes, I have. This is a Maybelline Express brow thing in the shade Blonde. Is this the pencil? No, this is the really tiny little one. So, again, I'm just going to sort of fill them in a little bit. Is this even working? Yeah, it's just very blonde. I just made a mistake on that side, but I don't care. I just need more practice with my brows. Anyway, that's on. Next, I'm going to use this funky little palette, which is what I usually use anyway. I'm going to use some of the brow powder just here and run that through my brows. Like, that's literally what I usually do. Well, it's what I'm doing at the moment. So I've just got an angle brush, and I'm just going to fill them in. Oh, I'm glad this is just for a bit of fun. Oh my god. Okay, let's make the match. Oops. What is it with me and interruptions today? I don't think anyone's actually here. I think it's just Mick driving past. But if I get a knock on the door in a moment, imagine me having to answer the door looking like this. So apologies for the barking in the background. They are probably the biggest eyebrows I've ever done. I was wondering why it looks so weird, but it's because I've got so much foundation in my hair. It's making the front of my hair around here look white. Oh, Pepper, will you be quiet? Okay, also in this little palette, where's my little other spoolie gone? There's some like waxy stuff here. Yes, I know. I know. Come on. I know. It's just Daddy. It's hello. Hello, your heart. It's gone a million miles an hour. Did you? Yeah, you barked at him good. She's been in a very strange mood the last couple of days. Okay, I think she's calmed down now. But anyway, there's some gel. I say that and she does that. There's some gel, but I'm just going to grab a little spoolie, run it in there, and then run it through my brows. Oh, well, you were just quiet for like 5 minutes. So she could still hear the car.
This is very dry at this point. Because I've had this little brow for a while. So
It's not really doing anything, but anyway. Stop! It's okay. It's just your daddy. You might have to bear with me again. Alright, also in this little brow thing, was this the concealer? Was this a highlighter? This looks like a concealer, like a powder. I'm not really sure what I want to do with this, but I might, I don't know, try and clean up the edges a bit. I don't really have the right brush for this, but it's the cleanest one I've got at the moment. Anyway, I'll put some on. There you go. Throw all my brushes around, and that is a little palette done. Now I've got one thing left. This is the e.l.f. Brow Wax in the shade Clear, and I'm just going to run some of this through. And all I do with this is just this. because you know I need my brows to stay on for a very long time because they are amazing. Done. Alright, brows are done. I'll be back for bronzer. Okay, bronzer. This one is probably my darkest, besides what's in the palette. I can't actually remember if I liked this or not. This is a Rimmel natural bronzer in the shade Sun Bronze. I'm just gonna, because it's an actual bronze, so I'm gonna grab this brush and just sort of dust it everywhere as a bronzer. I'm being very, very careful with it because it's so dark. But anyway, that is the bronzer on. Probably my next one is this one. This is, what was the brand? Sports Girl Bronze Me Luminous Bronzing Powder in the shade, I have no idea. I don't think it has a shade on it. But as you can see, it's very bronzy. So again, I'm going to grab a different brush, well, the same brush I just used, and just sort of put it all over my face. No rhyme or reason, just sort of whack it on. It's on my face. Right, next I'll do this one. This is a She Glam bronzer. This is their Sunside bronzer in the shade Dawn Glow. Again, it's a bronzy shade. I'm just going to pop it everywhere. It's on my face. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into the Poetic Face and Eye Palette by DB, because it's got all sorts of stuff in here. Now I've got to be careful because the blush is all broken, but there's two bronzer shades. I'm going to go in with this bronzer here because it's a shimmery blonde bronzer, and I haven't, as of yet, put a shimmery bronzer on my face. Because why not? I'm just going to grab my powder brush. I don't actually think I've used that shimmer one before. I think I used the matte one when I tested that palette. And that's so pigmented. I did not expect that at all. There's bronzer everywhere. Anyway, I will come back to that palette in a second. For now, I'm going to use this one. This is a Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade Medium Cool. Now, is this shimmery? It's got like the tiniest bit of shimmer in it, so I can't use it as a contour shade. But that's okay, we've got a contour shade to come. We can contour today, people. Yeah, it's on my face. Right, that's bronzer done, but contour, I have a palette. Now, I'm not going to use everything in this palette because I don't think I get away with using this one. There's also a couple of highlighter shades in there that won't match me either. They'll be too dark. This palette looks so battered. This is a Revolution palette in the shade Glow Up. And the one I usually use, if I want a bronzer, I use this one. I think I'm bronzed enough. This is my contour shade. So I'm going to grab a fan brush and I'm going to contour with it. Okay, so I went a little bit over the top of the bronzer, but if we ignore the eyebrows, I don't look that bad, I don't think. I'm leaving all my brushes off to the side, the ones that I use, because I'm going to wash everything after I finish this video. Right, blush. Let me grab my brush. Right, I'm going back into the Poetic palette, and I'm just going to grab some of the blush. This one is a shimmery blush. I'm just going to be very gentle with it because it's literally, it had broken when I received it. I'm just going to pop this. I forgot how pigmented it was. Alright, now putting the palette to the side. Now I'm going to go in with this one. Sorry, you can't see. Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade, I have no idea. is, I'd call that a satin blush, so I'm going to be very delicate with it again. My favourite blush, the blush that I always use, it's a Moira Ombre Blush in the shade Sweet Peach. I use it every day. It's my favourite blush. And pretty much the only one that I've got is a real peachy tone in it. I dropped it. And it's now destroyed. Let me show you. Hang on. Even broken up, that looks beautiful. If there is a way to save this, please tell me in the comment section down below, because I want to save it, but I just do not know how. So, look at that bronzer. Anyway, back to the blush, using the Maybelline one. I don't mind this blush, it's just not really in a shade that I would use, but anyway, it's on my face. Next I have a couple of palettes. I've got a Revolution palette here. This was from the advent calendar. So there is a peachy tone down here, but I just haven't used it. I'm going to use it. Do you know what? I'm going to use it. Here's me talking about how I don't have a peachy tone blush anymore. I am going to pop some of this on my face. It's kind of hard to tell what it's like on top of everything else. Seems to be okay. Last lot of blush is another little quad from e.l.f. Now I've got a shimmery blush on. I've got a peachy blush on. Let's just go with this top corner one, I reckon. Oh, this is in the shade Light. What was the other one in? Well, the Revolution one was in the shade Cheeky. It's been a really long time since I've used this palette, and I don't think I've used that particular shade before, so yeah, this it kind of looks cute, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit if I can. There is powder everywhere. I'm just going to grab my powder brush and just see, because the Beauty Blender, I mean, didn't really do anything, so no. So much texture on my face right now. It's always this side that ends up being worse. Okay, anyway, highlighter. So going back into the Poetic palette, I have a highlighter up here. Where's my highlighter brush? I'm going to pop some of this. I think from memory this one was quite dark, so I might just put this one like above my I'm just going to put some there. There we go. I promise. See, blush is falling out all over the place. There we go. I'm just going to put some up there. Right. First of all, I'm going to use this little guy. This is another Revolution one highlighter in the shade Condition. Used to be my absolute freaking favourite. It's still a really good highlighter. I just haven't been using it. Alright, that one is done. Next I have this one. This is a Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. I think this one was quite dark for me as well. I stabbed it. I'm actually going to grab a smaller brush and just put it on the end of my nose. It's on! Yay! Right, next I have this really cool guy. This is the Sports Girl Enlighten Me Illuminating Cheek Powder. I think Enlighten Me is the shade. look really cool. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bit of everything and pop it on my face. I think it's casting maybe just a tiny bit, but I'm surprised it's not yet. There's that one. Right, lastly, no, second lastly, I have this one. This is a Miss Sporty Instaglow like crayon one. I'm just going to pop some on the inside of like in the inner corner of my eye. There we go. Right, now last is another palette. This is another Revolution palette. This is called Sweet Cheeks. Now there's a little contoury shade down there as well, and obviously a lot of these highlighters wouldn't match me. I usually go from one of these, but I haven't used a real icy white one yet, so I'm going to go with the icy white one. I think I'm highlighted enough. That is done. Okay, eyeshadow. I don't really know how I'm going to do this, or whether each eye is going to be matching, whether one is going to be... what I'll do, my base will be the same, but one side will be colourful, one would be more like a neutral bronzy shade. So what I'm going to do first, I've got them all laid out in front of me. So I'm going to go into the Revolution Game of Thrones House Stark little palette, and I'm going to go in with this shade up here. It's called Kraken. I'm going to use that as a base on either side. Alright, I've got a quick base on. I think I might do two base colours. So back into the Poetic palette for the last time. I'm going to go up into this shade, which is in the shade Lyricist, and I'm just going to pop that all over. Right, that is that one done. Now, transition shade. I think I'm going to jump into this Revlon Rimmel palette. This is the Magnifiers Reloaded Edition. I think I'm going to go in with this shade here and see if that does anything. Right. Oh yeah, did I say that I was only going to dip into one shade from each palette? That's what I'm doing anyway. Right, let's do the colourful side first. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into this palette. This is the Chicland Gifted Gemini palette. I'm going to go in with this matte purple shade up here. It's in the shade Playful. And I'm going to sort of use that as a transition for the coloury side, which I think I'll do on the left. Anyway, it's on there. Right, next I'm going to go in with this palette. This is the Sports Girl Electric Feel eyeshadow palette. I can't get it open. I'm going to go in with this shade here. It's called Electro. And I'm going to see if that makes any sort of difference. Oh yeah, hello pigment. Yeah, alright, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do is go into this I Heart Revolution? Yes, I Heart Revolution Pumpkin Pie palette. And I'm going to grab this darker shade purple up here. Is that a shimmer? It might have a tiny little bit of shimmer in it, but right now I don't mind. I'm just going to deepen up the crease a little bit. Oh, it's in the shade Sugared Cranberries. Yeah, I'm also going to run that shade under my lash line a little bit. Okay, that is that palette done. And for a shimmer, I think I've got eyelashes or something everywhere. For a shimmer, I'm going to go into the I Heart Revolution Gingerbread. Yeah, Gingerbread palette. And I'm going to grab this purple shade up here. It's in the shade Sugar Cookie. And I'm also going to wet... I haven't opened this yet. Okay, well, I don't need you then. I'm also going to wet a brush. we'll just use this one. Now, considering I've only got 3 other palettes sitting in front of me, what I'm going to do is maybe grab purple and I think this white shade in the shade Freshly Baked, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner a little bit. Now, I don't know why I picked purple for the lid shade. You can't really tell that I've got it on. But anyway, it's on there. For the other shade, the other side, what I'm going to do is go in with my Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette, and I'm going to go with this shade up here in the shade Old Fashioned, just to sort of give myself a really good base. Okay, nice base. I think I'm done with this one. Now, in with my Maybelline Burgundy Bar eyeshadow palette, I'm going to go in with this really dark, scary shade up here, just to make it look like I have a crease. Done. Right, for the last palette, I have the Revolution Game of Thrones House Lannister palette. Now, for a shimmer, I think I'm just going to go in with this sort of shimmery shade up here. This is in the shade Carl. Right, and for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with this top shade here in the shade Dragon Glass. Gee, you can really see that on there. I can't see it too well in person, but you can definitely see it on the video. Which side do you like better? Oh, I haven't done anything on the lower lash line yet. I'm going to grab, out of the same palette, I'm going to go with the shade Bend the Knee. Pop that on my lower lash line. There we go, at least we're sort of matching now. Right, that is eyeshadow done. Right, eyeliner. Now, I'm not including liquid eyeliners in this because I can't use them. I suck. So, I think what I'm going to do is grab this one first. This is a Maybelline Lasting Drama Lightener in the shade Matte Light White. And I'm going to put this on the upper waterline, like underneath. That's good enough. Right, I've got a black kohl eyeliner here. This is the Maybelline Master Liner. And I'm just going to put this on the inside, I think. Or maybe the outside. I'll do the outside. There you go. Right, next, I think I'm going to do, this one. This is a L'Oreal eyeliner in the shade Blue Jersey. And I'm just going to do it next to the blue, next to the black, just a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to use my cream one. This is a Miss Sporty Pump Up Booster Kohl Kajal eyeliner in the shade, what is the shade name? Luminous Beige? Luminous Beige. I'm just going to use that in the middle. Blue. And lastly for eyeliner, I'm going to use this one. This is another L'Oreal Infallible Gel Crayon eyeliner in the shade Super Copper, and I'm just going to use that on the inside. Alright, eyeliner is done. Not that you can see much, but it's on there. I think we're going to do mascara next. So, I don't have too many actually. That surprises me. What I'm going to do is use this one first. This is an Emco Beauty Blue Lash Volumizing Mascara. Now, if I use the blue one first and only on my top lashes, in theory, we can make it so it's not blue. Can you tell that it's blue? Oh, yeah. That actually looks really cool. Right, next, I'm going to use Revolution Game of Thrones. Oh, itchy eyebrow. Revolution Game of Thrones one. Now, as much as I want to love this mascara, I hate how much product comes out on the wand when you first pull it out. You've got to sit here for like 5 minutes trying to get all the excess off. I'm just going to do this really, really carefully actually, and just hope and pray for the best. And again, I'm only doing it on my top lashes. Like literally. Can you guys see that? It seems to be a pretty good mascara. There's just so much product comes out on the wand. Okay, I'm going to use this one next, I reckon. Only for bottom lashes. Something different. This is a Collection Fast Stroke Defining Lash Mascara in the shade brown/black. Whoa. Alright, done. Next, we have this one. This is a Maybelline. I have no idea. Oh, the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara in the shade black. And I'm going to use this again only on the top lashes. This eye always looks better for some reason. And lastly, we have just a normal Revolution black mascara. Top lashes only. Mascara is done. Right, before I do my lips, I'm just going to quickly set my face. This is the only one I actually have open at the moment. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite 16-hour wear mattifying setting spray. Because, you know, I need to set this lovely face so it stays. Alright, I have a lip liner, Revolution lip liner in the shade Baby. I'm going to line my lips with it. Alright, lips have been lined. I'm just going to take everything out of this little box. Give me a second. Right, Revolution lipstick in the shade Baby. Let's pop some on. Perfect. That smells really good. Right, I'm going to keep going with a pink theme here. Let's do this one. This is a lip liner and liquid lipstick, but let's just use it as a liquid lipstick. This is a Rimmel Lip Art Graphic in the shade Vibes. Let's pop some of this on. Alright, done. What else have I got that's pink? I'm going to call this one pink. This is by Mud, and it's in the shade Truly Coral, so it's not really a pink, but it's close enough right now. Wow, they're bright. Okay. I've got another lip liner that's pink that I somehow missed. This is an Essence lip liner in the shade Cute Pink, so I'm just going to quickly put some more lip liner on. It's all over my teeth. Alright, that's on. The only pink one I got left is this one. This is another Rimmel one. It's in the shade Own Your Power. So let's pop a little bit of this on. Okay, it's definitely not showing up as much as it would. Let me just... That's a swatch of it. Done. Right. I'm just going to do the other lip liners for now. I have this one. This is another Essence one, and this is in the shade Never Too Late. It's like a, I don't know, berry sort of colour. I'm just getting messier and messier with each thing. Alright, the only other lip liner I have is this one. This is a Maybelline Colour Sensational lip liner in the shade Rich Wine. I'm seriously overlining my lips. Kind of digging it. Giving me like drag queen vibes. I love it. Okay, let's go with... Well, we've got pink lipstick on, so let's go with red lipstick. You can see this one. This is a L'Oreal lipstick. This is a Colour Rich matte lipstick in the shade Retro Red. Let's pop some on. It's on. Woohoo! My lips feel disgusting. Oh, I did have another pink one. Look at that. It's another L'Oreal Colour Rich matte in the shade Blush and a Rush. Pop it on. I'm going to need to clean all of these lipsticks later. But that's okay. Right, what else have we got that's red? Let's go with one of these, another L'Oreal Rimmel one. This one is in the shade Go Hard. This one seems to like a bit, it's running out. And another one. This is in the shade Hotspot. Ooh, I actually really like that colour. What else have we got that's red? This is a L'Oreal matte lip crayon in the shade Brulee Everyday. And I love these because they stay put. Definitely going to have to clean these lipsticks. Right, now this is a Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon in the shade Make It Happen Gemini. I was so happy when I got this because I'm a Gemini. Glad I decided to do pinks first, but now I'm thinking I should have started with nude. Right, I think the last red one is this one. This is another Maybelline one in the shade No Limits. Right, before we get too much darker, I'm going to do the nudes. L'Oreal crayony one. This is in the shade Smooth Caramel. My lips feel so gross. Another Revolution, yep, in the shade Chauffeur. I'm just getting messier and messier, but I just don't care. I've got a couple of Revolution ones that don't have shade names from the Game of Thrones collab. Okay, for random colours, I'm going to start with probably this one. This is the L'Oreal, another colour rich matte. This is called Copper Clutch. It's brown. Right, keeping with the brown theme, I'm going to go with this one. This is a Maybelline. Yes, this is the matte Touch of Spice lipstick. It almost feels like my lips are numb. It's weird. Right, liquid lipstick. This is another Maybelline one. This is in the shade Fighter. I love this lipstick. I don't think I've ever seen my lips so big. Right, brown. Okay, we're going with this one next. This is in the shade Be Free. It's one of the Rimmel ones. Oops. And for random colours, got another one. This is in the shade Vandal. This is like a purpley, I don't know, ashy colour. Last of all, we have one of these. This is a Revlon Hyper Matte Intense Ultra HD Matte Lip Mousse, and I think this was in the shade Desert Storm, Desert Sands, or something like that. Done. I'm done. I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours and I'm done, and it's all over my teeth. Okay, so I could have done better with the lip application. And I did try in the beginning to do it neatly, but I just decided, who cares? I'm just going to do it this way. I like this eyeshadow, actually. I like it a lot more than this one. This one's still nice, but I just like this one a lot more. Anyway, this was just a bit of fun. I actually got the idea, I don't know if you've seen it. Well, I saw it on TikTok, where it's like, what is it, like a 1 pump challenge, you know, use 1 pump for a full face, or use 10 pumps or whatever. And I just thought to myself, I don't know if anyone's ever done it before, but I just thought, well, let's just put all of my makeup on at one time. So I might do the 1 dip challenge or the 10 dip challenge, 10 pump challenge, or whatever it is later. But anyway, this was just a bit of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.